Hey y'all, and welcome to another episode of Highly Talkative, where we get high in conversation and discuss many topics from personal to community to anything that's going on in the world. So sit back, get cozy, and let me talk to you. Let's go. All right, y'all. Happy Monday. I am sitting in my kitchen, honestly, halfway asleep, halfway up, a little energized, a little tired. I don't know how I'm feeling right now, but I know that I'm alive, I'm thankful, I'm grateful, and I have a lot to be grateful for. So we're just gonna take the small wins as we can. I just wanted to come back to give you guys like a little update on what's been going on. I think I'm trying to post like at least once a week. That way I give myself some time to get some content, something going within myself or whatever happens within my life within that past week. But of course, like if I just have like a random chat or something to say, like I'll just post a random quick podcast snippet or something. But other than that, like I'm really thinking I'm gonna wait a week apart before I post a new episode. Like I said, that way I just give myself more to talk about. So yeah, my past week, as I mentioned, was a little hectic, but not really. Went to the gym Monday through Friday, I believe it was, because I was able to. Yeah, I did Monday through Thursday. I went to the gym Monday through Thursday. I had track practice Monday through Thursday as well. I had a couple of interviews that honestly have been racking my brain because I really want this job. It's right up the alley of like what I'm looking for, and as far as compensation and work hours and flexibility and stuff like that. So I've had a couple of interviews with them. Sorry, I was just like really loud then. But I've had a couple of interviews with them, and now I'm just like waiting to hear back. But it's putting me in that like sense of uncertainty, like, okay, was this a real thing? Are they just here to like waste my time? Like, we were really responsive and in touch with each other via email at one point, and then after I did like my second interview with them, it was kind of just like dead silence. So I'm kind of like in limbo of I don't know what to do. I've already reached out. I don't want to be like too pushy, but yeah. I also had another interview with another company, but I really just feel like they were fake job postings, like for the second company. The first company, and this is why I say this, I always check the emails. Like once I get an email from a company saying like, hey, welcome to such and such, or you've been invited to an interview, I always check the email. And then I try to find a website to see if the emails match the websites. It's just like a lot that I do when it comes to finding jobs online, especially because I want to work from home. So the second interview that I did with another company, it was like weird. It was just a Teams-based interview. They were asking me questions where I'd be like yes or no. Then they had me do like this questionnaire where they gave me 12 hours to complete the questionnaire and send it back. But then I was just like, I don't know. I'm a little uneasy about this. So I went to the company's website, looked at the two names that were on the website and their emails, and then I seen how the emails didn't match up. Like one of them had a .com domain and the other one had a .co domain. So I was just like, okay, so maybe that's really not what I'm looking for. So I kind of just like chucked that one up, even though they did send me like an email stating that I got the job, and they sent me like this letter offering that I could sign electronically, but it was just like a Word file. It wasn't even like a DocuSign or anything like that. So I was just, in my head, I'm just like, yeah, that's not real. I just kind of like wasted my time, but not really with this interview process. But I'm just going to keep the faith and keep manifesting that although I didn't hear back from the first one just yet, something's brewing, because your girl is just, yeah. So that's how my past week was. And then I had a track meet on Saturday that I had to coach and also attend because my kids do track. It was a hectic track meet. It was hectic. It was hot. It was unorganized. It was dreadful. but my athletes did okay. I'm not mad at how they did. I cannot complain about how they competed and showed out, especially considering the circumstances on how everything at the meet was being ran. But I would definitely ask my coach to not take us back to that meet again unless it's going to be a little bit more organized than what it was. Now, this coming week is a little hectic for me as well. I think my kids have dentist appointments, so I have to take them to that. I'm a manifest that I hear back from this job, so that way we can do this third interview, and then I can do like the onboarding and stuff like that. We have graduation parties that we have to go through on Saturday, which is why we're going to miss our meet on Saturday because my nephew's graduating, my little cousin's graduating. They're both having graduation parties. We're going to be there for them and support them. So that's kind of where we're standing with that as well. Of course, gym is a must 4 days a week, Monday through Thursday. And on top of that, I also have track practice. So I just have like a lot of things that I'm juggling and, doing the podcast, editing the podcast. I'm also thinking about picking up new hobbies and new traits. So I'm kind of like dabbling into learning more about that as well while I have a little free time. One of them that I will mention that I've been, working on is making beats. I reached out to someone because she's a rapper and I was just like, hey, do you have any extra beats that you have that you don't mind me using? Because I have a podcast and, I really want some intro music, but I don't want to have to worry about like copyright issues or anything like that. And then she reached back out and she was like, hey, I don't have any extra beats right now. I can get with my producer and see, what he can do for you. He's actually really good at it. And I'm like, yeah, okay, sure, keep me posted. But then also in the meantime, I was just like, wait, let me see what really all goes into beat making. Like, can I do this on my own? So then, of course, I did some research. I sat at Starbucks for a little bit and I dug into the application that I'm using to also like edit my podcast because there are certain things that I can do within the application as well. And they have like pre-made beats and drummer sound sets and stuff like that. The only thing that they don't have presets is like vocals, but you can plug in like a microphone and record over the beats that you made to add a vocal to them. So that's something that I've also been working on as well. But in my head, I'm like, okay, if I become really good at this, then you never know. I might be able to make beats and sell them hoes to up and coming rappers, or put a sample on YouTube and somebody's like, oh yeah, I really fuck with this. Like, it's just endless possibilities. So I'm just trying to broaden my horizon and open myself up more so I can get like my own source of income as well as, while I'm working with somebody else. And I don't mind working for somebody else at this moment because I'm still trying to build my own foundation and get myself off the ground. So having that source of steady income is what I'm really looking for until I can get myself off the ground and having my own steady income. And then who knows, I may even be able to partner with, old companies and do podcasts with them and invite them in and discuss their business. So it could just like be a whole full circle thing. That's just what I've been working on this past week, but I'm also going to work on this week. And one thing that I've also noticed that I've been working on is just becoming a better mom. And that's like with my emotions, my kids' emotions. I just want to be the best version of me so they can get the best version of me and themselves as well. I say that because, from my past, I was dealing with a lot. So I was very overstimulated and I just didn't know how to handle certain situations. I never beat my kids. I'm like a very gentle, but like thug gangsta parenting too. Like, stop fucking playing with me. Go sit your ass down. But I've learned to, especially with my oldest, to allow him to speak. I may not agree with what he's saying or how he's saying it, but I want him to say what he's saying first and then be able to, redirect him in the sense of, okay, maybe you shouldn't have said that. Maybe you maybe should have worded it like this, because I could have seen how she took offense to it or how they could have taken offense to it. Or, I get why you're mad, but just because you're mad, I want to be able to give him the right advice, but I also want him to be able to come to me to give him that advice. And he won't come to me if I don't make that sense of relationship in that aspect open. So, like I said, that's just what I'm working on. I want him to be able to express himself, and that's with my youngest son as well. But my youngest really doesn't have much of an issue with expressing himself because he's just like, you made me mad. This is why you made me mad. This is what I want you to do. You can just leave me alone. Like, my youngest is very in tune with his emotions, and I love it. My oldest, he's just really been through a lot, and I sympathize with him, and I give him his grace as well as myself. But I also want him to know like there are better ways of coping with this or dealing with this or going about certain situations where you may want to fight or you may want to put your hands on somebody, but you have to think about yourself first and what you have going for yourself. Like, I've been telling him lately that, you know, your middle school years to your high school years to your college years, these are your years to be selfish. Yes, you can hang out with friends. Yes, and you can go do fun stuff, but you have to be selfish in the sense of saying, yeah, they may be going here. Yeah, that may be fun, but I have this going for myself. I'm trying to do this. So, no, I'm not going to be associated with that. Or, no, I'm not going to go do that. Or, bro, you can go fight them. I'm finna go to class. Like, I'm not about to have your back because I want to go play in this football game. Be selfish. And that's what I'm really trying to teach him because my son is such a captain save a hoe, or my boy got pushed so I wanted to have his back, or he needed help looking for his football, which is why I was late to class. And I'm just like, no, fuck his football. Like, I'm sorry he's about to get into a fight, but that's his issue, not yours. Nobody pressed you. Nobody said anything to you. You didn't lose their basketball. Worry about yourself. So that's kind of just where I'm at with that as well. Just in limbo, trying to be a great single mom of two young black kings out here living their best lives. The goal is to have them educated, successful, respectful. Just don't be out here embarrassing me, and I won't be out here embarrassing you. Like, that's just the motto that we have with one another. Lastly, work from home jobs. Like I was saying previously when I had mentioned like the interviews that I've been having and how I had to do like certain cross references with job searches and emails and things of that nature. It's a very reoccurring thing that I didn't know about. Like on Indeed and LinkedIn, I don't know why people are just so bored or what in them is like, hey, let me make this fake job posting and see who I can reel in and what information I can take from them and see waste their time basically. But then I was also thinking like literally just now, maybe they do that because they want to get certain people's information and quote unquote do direct deposits and then be doing some scamming ass shit. Like, I don't know. I just hate it. I really hate it. So finding like the real authentic work from home jobs is a little stressful at this point in time, especially because a lot of these businesses, when you're working from home, it's like customer service where you're always on the phone, which is something I don't want to do. I want to be in like project management or operations, like something like that. But they really want you to have like bachelor's degree to be getting paid like $45,000 a year to be doing the absolute most outrageous stuff. And it's just like it's hard finding that good work-life balance, which is why again I'm going to put in the air and I'm going to manifest that the job that I'm knocking on the door is going to open and everything is going to flow the way that I am wanting it to and the way that I'm envisioning it. But other than that, finding not like a real work from home job where you have like that work life balance and you're not being micromanaged and you can really do what you have to do, it's just so hard. So I'm giving myself grace. I'm trying to be as positive as possible. For anyone else that's out there looking for work from home jobs, I'm putting in the air that you also find something that suits you and works for you in your best interest. It's just a give and take. So I'm waiting for that door to open because that steady source of income where I'm not constantly pulling from my savings or having to come out of pocket for everything because it starts to take a toll on you financially, emotionally, physically, and then you just think back on, all the stuff that you've been doing and was it worth it? And I know it's going to be worth it. I need a break. Oh, your girl needs a break. But I'm going to cut it there. It was literally just supposed to be a quick rant, and here we are like 10 plus minutes. So I appreciate those who clocked in, checked in. I appreciate the ones who took the time out to listen. I appreciate the ones who took the time out to like, follow, and subscribe because that is important. I just want you guys to know that I do appreciate you. Follow me on Instagram at highly.talkative. You can also follow me on Facebook at highly talkative. And if you have any feedback, questions, concerns, motivational quotes or anything, you can email me at highly.talkative@gmail.com. Thank you guys for tuning in. See you next time. Love.